Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cloud Experts Unleashed. And today we're going to talk more about some benchmarking tools and some report cards. We want sysadmins to get straight A's and be able to show that report card to their boss. So today I'm joined by two of our solution architects. Here at xByte, we have Josh Moss, Tyler Young. Welcome, guys. Tyler, I think this is the first time we have you, so it's your special guest. Josh, you're old. We already done a couple videos with you, but this is a great follow up to one we did a couple days ago, or actually a couple weeks ago now, and we'll tie that into a second. But first of all, I throw out this term live optics. Tyler, you're like our master, and I know you're passionate about live optics. I've been on calls with you. You love this thing. So let me go ahead and I'm going to bring up your screen real quick. Why don't you give us like a 1-2 minute summary of what is live optics in case anyone doesn't know what it is?
Yeah, of course. So live optics is a performance analysis tool designed by Dell that essentially allows you to take a different perspective of your workload over, a duration of time, anywhere from, 15 minutes all the way up to, 7-10 days if you wanted to. And you can.
And everyone, just real quick, I know those watching it, don't worry so much about what's on the screen. I know there's a lot of data, so you may not be able to see it zoomed out like this, but it's more to kind of show you, okay, what kind of charts are available.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a lot, that isn't, the live optics reports that are generated. But it's nice because it does cover all your bases from, CPU utilization to your IOPS, your disk performance, queue depth. Latency is a big one that we look at with customers. So, it's nice just to be able to kind of see how your workload, progresses over a period of time and, kind of look at, underneath the hood, from typically what you're able to just see with the naked eye. So.
And is this something that they can run on any system out there? Kind of how do they just install it and it runs? How does all that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can choose to either run this, locally on, a server or desktop, or you can even, choose to, point it at at a server via, remote session. So it supports all, major flavors of OSs and hypervisors, ESXi, Windows Server, your Linux flavors. So yeah, and the nice and best thing about this that customers love is that it's free, right? So it's not like we're trying to
That's
charge
really
you
nice.
guys or upsell you. Exactly. So, and again, it's not like this is a third party tool that we're just, found on Reddit or anything like that, right? This is something that Dell designed and, years ago. It was originally called DPAC back in the day. And it, was a big hit within Dell and they kind of, invested a lot of marketing dollars and to evolve the tool to what it's now. And it's been a great success for Dell.
Nice. And at the end, we'll give everyone a link so they can check it out and see for themselves what it's all about.
Absolutely.
All right, now Josh, last week you and I talked about HCI Benchmark, a tool to kind of do that early benchmarking on new clusters. How do we bridge that HCI Bench with live optics? Is there a comparison between the two?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the main thing with HCI Bench is you're performing some stress testing tests on the infrastructure, testing disks, CPU, memory, network, all that good stuff. Um, so the main goal of that is to see, what can your infrastructure do, post deployment. So, you have some expectations about what it would perform like once you actually start putting workloads on there. You could even pair live optics together with an HCI bench run and have live optics pull in all the performance metrics, and you can look at IO latencies, queue depths, and all that good stuff, and actually use them in tandem.
Okay, so you could run live optics in the beginning as well. So kind of pair that up
Absolutely.
there. All right, and now for the meat of things. So we'll go over to Tyler here, our passionate evangelist. I'll call you a live optics evangelist. Tyler, these sysadmins out there, they want to go to their bosses and get straight A's.
Mm-hmm.
How do they use live optics as their report card?
Yeah, so this is something that, I mentioned earlier that this is free, right? So this is something that we see our customers utilize not only during the initial, design phase of building out a solution, but they'll use it even after they implement a solution so that they can just see how that new hardware has, kind of changed their performance overall. And then, one thing to kind of keep in mind too is workloads are always changing, right? You're never going to have the same workload one day compared to the next day, right? It may be similar, but workloads are always changing. That's why, we're always asking customers, right? Is this your busy season, or is this, a slow time for you? Because it does matter, right? It's like if you are, take for instance, some of the schools that we work with, if we're sizing their environments based on the summer months when nobody's in school, it doesn't really make sense, because then during the, 9 months of the year when all the kids are in school and everything's being, stressed to the max, then it's a completely different workload. So it's important that we're, looking at this not just once, but throughout the year. And that's why a lot of our customers are, getting quote unquote straight A's, not just, initially, but again, throughout the different quarters of the year.
So what I'm hearing is that these sysadmins, they should run it. They should do the HCI benchmarking, do your stress testing with your tools out there on Live Optics in the beginning. Once you get running, I guess once you get up and running, you run your Live Optics again to get an idea of, okay, how well am I still performing? And then every, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, run it again, just to
Yeah.
kind of show your boss, say, hey, look, boss, remember before we were having these issues? Now we're still not having the issues.
Yeah.
So I recommended this solution. You did it, and we're now awesome, and we're continuing to be awesome. See, no latency, none of that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that like I mentioned before, it's something that workloads are always changing. So it's best to, even if, best case scenario, right, everything's performing, great and there's nothing needs to be done. But at the very least, if something is happening, that way you're able to be proactive about it and get ahead of it. And instead of it being an issue and hearing from it, and reacting to it later on. So again, really, really great set of tools to be able to get in front of that.
I could see a sysadmin getting it and running it and seeing that they're actually slowing down, and then going back, okay, I need new memory or new drives.
Yeah.
let me install this quickly, and then
Yeah.
or cautiously, so you don't damage the equipment.
Yeah.
But order the equipment, and then you put it in there, and then rerun the test.
Yeah.
And then take that and don't show your boss the first one where you notice the problem. Like, all right, let me fix it. Okay, now see, boss. It's like kids who go and get extra credit, and they show their parents their report card after they did the extra credit when
Yeah.
they get the passing marks.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because we actually had a customer a couple months ago who they called us up because their system wasn't performing, to their standard, and they were just trying to buy new memory. They just wanted to get a quick, buy memory, add it to the server, and that was it. And based on what they were telling us, it didn't really make too much sense that they would need to, more memory, because they already had more than the typical workload that, the typical customer has for that workload. And we had them run Live Optics. They did. And sure enough, they weren't even, really utilizing their memory too much, according to Live Optics. And turns out that the drives were what was bottlenecking it. So, it even allowed us to, correctly diagnose the issue. And, it's not the case every time where we can just snap our fingers with Live Optics and get an answer. But, many times just like that, when we're able to correctly diagnose and really, put the budget, towards, performance upgrades that are actually going to matter and help the customer. So.
Oh, that's great to see that. Great story. So everybody, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. You can write it down now. You can pause the video if you want to. We'll also have it in the notes within YouTube, so you can get it. But here's the link that you can, if you want to sign up and run Live Optics in your environment, it'll walk you through how to do that. Just follow that link, and you'll be able to see that. And sysadmins, you can get that report card every quarter, or every 6 months to your boss. So Josh, Tyler, thank you guys very much. Anyone out there, if you want to talk with either of these gentlemen and have them help with your infrastructure, please come to the xByte website, and you can request a consultation. You can we have xByte Solutions Group, as well as xbyte.com. You can reach out to either of those, and we'll be able to get you in touch with any of our solution architects. So Josh, Tyler, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.